Hey, what's up everybody, Young Flux here, back for another SEO website tutorial video. Today we're going to be looking at some final touches on our website that we've been working on. So we've gone through and we've added our home page, our contact page, our store, and basically everything we need for our website to fully run and operate. So the last thing that we're going to look into is basically some final plugins that'll basically just help us as an admin to manage our website. So just to get an idea here, we're going to be looking into some SEO tools which will basically help your site rank better in search engines. We'll be looking into some analytics tools which will allow you to keep track of sales, site visitors, page visits, everything like that, time spent on each page. We're going to look into a MailChimp integration which will allow you to have signups from your website directly to your MailChimp. So let's get into our WordPress admin panel here and get started at installing some of these plugins. So as I'm sure you could have guessed, we're just going to go on the left here and navigate over to the plugins tab, and we're just going to click install plugins for now. Alright, so here you'll get a list of all the plugins that are currently installed with your website. You'll notice that, again, if you use this uncode theme that we've been using for this tutorial, it comes with a lot of plugins right off the bat, and every so often you'll need to log in and you'll need to update these plugins. So that's what I'll do first here. So to do that, this little box in the top left, we're going to click and it'll select all, and we're just going to click update and apply. Alright, you'll see two other plugins that come pre-installed with WordPress here. This one called Hello Dolly. It's basically just a little message up here that shows you, it'll just say like good morning and stuff like that. And so I'm just going to delete that as I don't really need it. Generally not a good idea to have too many plugins on your WordPress website, as it will start to slow down your site. If you want to upgrade your hosting plan and pay for way more RAM and CPU on your server, then go for it and upgrade and add as many plugins as you want, but I'm just warning you, it will slow down your site. So the other one that comes pre-installed here is Akismet Anti-Spam. So we're just going to go through and we're going to activate that plugin, and it's basically just going to help prevent spam on our website. Prevent spam comments, emails, stuff like that. So when you load it up here, it'll just ask you to set up your Akismet account. Just click on that and it'll just walk you through a few steps. So one thing to keep in mind with the Akismet plugin here is that it is a paid thing if you have a commercial site. So if you're selling anything on your website or making any money, you do have to pay for the Akismet plugin. So just something to keep an eye out for. Alright, so the first plugin we're going to look into here, arguably the most important in my eyes, is the Yoast SEO plugin. So again, we're just going to search Yoast SEO, and it should be the first thing that comes up. And what this plugin will allow you to do is basically set keywords, description, and metadata for every single post and page on your website. So when you search it up on Google, you'll be able to customize exactly how it shows up. So just click on Add Plugin and make sure you add that plugin. Alright, so once you've activated and installed the Yoast SEO plugin here, we're just going to go and I'm going to show you on a page here what it looks like. So I'm going to go to all pages and I'll choose the home page and we'll start with that one. So before we even go on the page, you'll notice the first thing from Yoast here is on the right on all your pages you'll have your SEO score and your readability score. As I haven't filled out any of the titles or metadata, none of them have an SEO score yet, but you can see our readability scores on most of them is pretty poor, so you can use Yoast to basically go through and improve all that. Alright, so once we're on our home page back end here, you'll notice that the Yoast SEO box is right below here. Once it loads in, you'll be able to see all your Yoast SEO key phrases, your descriptions, your titles, and basically everything that you need to know to improve your SEO ranking. So let's walk through a really basic one here. So focus key phrase. This is my home page, so I'm literally just going to put Young Flux. This will ask for the title. This is exactly how it will show up in Google when you search it. So I'm going to delete that title and I'm going to put Young Flux. Let's put Canadian artist and producer. Alright, the slug, this is basically in your URL what will come after the slash. So as this is our home page, I don't want anything to come after that. So next is on to our meta description. So what you're going to want to do in your meta description is use your keyword here a lot. So as you can see, our keyword was Young Flux. So basically we want to make sure that we use Young Flux in our meta description. It's usually a good idea to use it right away at the very first word. So once we've filled out our meta description, the next tab here is our SEO analysis. So once we open that up, it'll basically show us any problems and improvements that we can make. This is why the Yoast plugin is so good, is because it walks you through basically step by step what you need to do for your page to rank better. As you can see, the first thing that we can have is we have no outbound links on this page. With how this homepage works, it is just a landing page. Not really going to have any outbound links or internal links. With this page, I basically just have to accept the low ranking. But if I were to go through on my blog posts specifically, I would want to make sure that everything on here is completely filled out. You would want proper outbound links, internal links, key phrases, text length, alt attributes, everything. Make sure that you go through on all of your posts and pages and at least fill it out to the best of your ability. Again, if you can't make it and not all your posts show the little green light, it's not the end of the world, but just try to get them at least ranking as best as you can. That all saved, we're just going to click update and we're going to move on to our next plugin that I'm going to show you here. Another super important aspect to managing our website is to be able to see the traffic and everything that is coming to our website so that we can optimize it for other visitors. We do have an analytics tab here, but that is only for our store, so we're going to add one here that will allow us to basically track everything on our website. We're simply going to search analytics into the top here in our plugins, and you'll see a lot of them come up. You can honestly use whichever one you want. It is personal preference. I know some people like Monster Insights, but I like this one here called Google Analytics Dashboard for Exact Metric, or GADWP. So I'm going to click install now and then activate. The reason I like this one specifically is because it shows a widget right on your dashboard. So we've installed and activated the Exact Metrics plugin. We're going to click launch the wizard and it'll just take us through some steps to basically set it up and link it to your Google Analytics profile. So if you haven't had a Google Analytics profile before, you can go ahead and make one. Just literally go search Google Analytics and sign up. It's pretty straightforward. I can make another video on that. Just leave a comment if you need some more help with that and I can go into more depth. But for now, just go through these steps and it will link it to your Google Analytics. So once you've gone through all the steps to set up your Exact Metrics Analytics plugin, basically you'll notice some basic stats here that you can see right on your WordPress website. If you want more in-depth stats, what you also just did was link your actual Google Analytics to your WordPress site. So if you go to your Google Analytics dashboard, it will now show all of the in-depth analytics from your site. Alright, so with that said, we're now going to move on to our next really useful plugin that I like to use. This one is the MailChimp WordPress plugin that will allow you to connect your MailChimp account and all your mailing lists to your WordPress site and allow users to sign up via your website to your mailing lists. So just search MailChimp on the plugins here, and this is the one I like to use, MailChimp for WooCommerce. You can see the author for it is by MailChimp, so it's the official one. So just like the previous plugins, once you've installed and activated MailChimp, just go to the settings and go through the steps that it asks you to do here. It's pretty simple. Just click connect account. Same as before, if you haven't made a MailChimp account yet, just go to MailChimp.com, make an account, sign up, and basically you can log in to that from here. So once you've gone through the setup of your MailChimp plugin, you'll see that everything's connected to your site. So what you'll need to do is go to the MailChimp website itself, and that's where you can create new forms and new pop-ups and different ways for people to sign up to your mailing list. You can also see your audience and everything from there. This is just integrating it into your site so that you can collect signups to that list. That being said, that brings us to the end of this whole series, guys. So with those 3 plugins, that basically allows us to now manage this website that we've built over the course of the series. I hope this helped you guys out. I'll like to go into more depth specifically on individual things we've touched a lot in this series and in this video as well, including more videos in depth on how to market your website, how to customize your website to get more visits on it. We'll dive more into the SEO and we'll dive way more into collecting like MailChimp signups and all that sort of stuff. So make sure you guys leave comments on what it is that you would want to learn more on, and I can make more videos in the future on all that sort of stuff. I just wanted to say thanks so much for watching, especially if you watch this whole series. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel so that you can get notified when more videos come out in the future. It really helps us out a lot. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Peace out. That wraps up this series. Have a good one. Boom.